On this episode of the Tiny Home Adventure, I attempt a couple barrel rolls on the SPEEDWING. We install some vertical bike racks on the roamer. Ashley goes for redemption on a climb that kicked her butt last time. We say our final goodbyes to Park City for the next 6 months. I managed to lose my wallet in typical Andrew fashion, and so much more. After 2 years of building the expedition vehicle of our dreams from the ground up, the time has finally come to hit the road. Watch as Kicker, Ashley, and I push ourselves to our physical and emotional limits, put our relationship to the test, and overcome unforeseen obstacles. Our goal is to spread positivity while learning from some of the world's most inspiring people. Welcome to Season 3 of the Tiny Home Adventure.
So base jumping was so rad. We're super psyched. Ashley killed it. I freaked out a little bit, but it was fine. No big deal. But yeah, we're heading back to Park City. We have a few last loose ends to tie up on the roamer, and just before we move into the roamer full time away from Park City for the next year is sort of the plan. So excited. Yeah. But before then, I want to barrel roll my SPEEDWING. Barrel rolling is basically where you do like a loop over your wing. You're basically completely upside down. The wing's here. And you're here. The biggest concern is getting gift wrapped, where you fall into your wing, and so really try not to do that. But I've been speed flying for over 5 years now. I've been seriously considering throwing a barrel roll for over 2. I've just built it up in my mind as this big, terrifying, super dangerous thing. I've probably had the same conversation 50 times with people that are much higher level than I am, that already throw barrel rolls, and I think they're getting tired of telling me the same thing over and over. So hoping conditions align before we leave and I can throw my first barrel roll. I'm so hyped.
So crazy.
Yeah.
After 2 hours of hiking, I made it to the top of one of my all-time favorite lines in the area, just before sunset. Starts above this incredible pine forest with lots of chutes to choose from, and ends at a 2,000 vertical foot climb that's incredibly beautiful. I usually like to stay close to the cliff, but this flight was a little different. The conditions were totally perfect, and I was feeling inspired after my base jump to try that barrel roll. I made some steep turns to build up as much energy in the wing as I could, and made my first attempt at a barrel roll. With still enough elevation, I had to go for another one. Check out my shadow. Even though I didn't get as inverted as I had hoped, I was still so pumped about having the guts to even try.
So we made it back to the shop after base jumping, and we got our bike rack. We're gonna install these one-up bike racks vertically on the back here. And since we're doing it a little non-traditionally, oh, there's Josh. Look at that handsome guy. I have to kind of custom fabricate some, or at least alter the hardware so it'll work, because we're mounting it in a non-traditional way. But it's going to be really sick when it's done. We'll be able to hang 2 bikes off the back. Should look sweet. Phew. I've got a base rig in the back of my car if you're interested.
Like base from right here?
Base to face.
Right on the face.
To install the one-up bike racks vertically, we had to get a bit creative with the hardware and mounting solutions, but I really loved the way it worked out.
Kevin, I hope I don't cry as much today. No guarantees.
I know.
No guarantees.
This is Kevin. We met back in season 2 of the Tiny Home Adventure up in Togety Pass. He's a firefighter and all-around good dude, and one of the strongest climbers I know.
I do it the same way where like he leads and
I'd like to lead the first pitch maybe.
Okay.
As you can tell, Kicker seems pretty amused by our planning.
Alright, there it is.
Woo. I'm honestly way more nervous for this than I was for base jumping. I don't know why, but woo, my stomach is flippy.
Bowl of water, yeah?
Yep. There's not one that's gonna bite my hand.
So, the first time we went up outside corner, Ashley over here, Andrew's new girlfriend at the time, who's climbed like maybe like 3 times outside on single pitch stuff only. I was like, oh, we'll take him up mellow 5-7 multi-pitch. I kind of forgot how exposed this one was, and as soon as I got them up on the second pitch, I realized that I had made a mistake. Ashley did a great job, but she kind of broke down for a little bit in tears a couple times, and I got the death stare from Andrew a few times for ruining his relationship with his new girlfriend. But in the end, she pushed through, only kicked Andrew in the head once, and we made it to the top, and I think that really set the relationship in stone from the beginning.
I racked up a bunch of trad gear and set off for the first pitch of outside corner.
I'm just about at the top of the first pitch. It wasn't as bad as I remember, but there was definitely a spot where I was like, oh my god, I have to crawl over this thing. So, I'm looking forward to starting the second pitch. A couple times I was just
You got this. Just try, utilize your feet more. Nice, good job.
I pulled this thing out. Woo! We made it to the top. I did not cry. Congratulations to me this time. I only screamed a couple times. I thought I was gonna die on a top rope whipper. If you know climbing, you know how absurd that is. But I made it thanks to these two. This is the view from up here. Now we get to like scramble down this shaly thing. Oh, or a base jump, but we don't have one, so that'd be pretty dangerous. All right, that wraps up outside corner, take 2. Woo-hoo!
After outside corner, the conditions aligned again for another speed flight. I wasn't totally happy with my first barrel rolls, as I felt I could have gotten a little bit more inverted, so I'm hoping to get it better this time.
So I'm cruising up Grander Peak. It's like 90 degrees. Feels like 130. Just hot in the sun. I'm the only one dumb enough to be going up this thing right now. I haven't seen another person. And now I've got to just get up there, speed fly off as long as the wind is cooperating. But man, get my butt kicked. I can't see a thing. I've got a bunch of sweat and sunscreen in my eye. But started down there. The hike's about 3,200 vertical feet. And yeah, hopefully the wind cooperates. Otherwise I have to hike back down. I don't want to do that. But wish me luck. Woo! All right, made it to the top in one piece. Got Salt Lake City down below. And then I'm not actually sure what reservoirs those are. There's some water. Park City is kind of up around behind all this. Some big scary clouds over there I need to be a little worried about, but I think it's gonna go. Pretty psyched. But I need to go set up my wing, catch my breath. Build up the
That's more like it.
That's right.
I cannot express how good it felt to finally pull a proper barrel roll after years of dreaming about it. Now it's time to head back to Graham's and tie up the last of our loose ends before hitting the road full time.
So right now we are working on organizing all of our footage. So we've got 16 terabyte hard drives that I'm in the middle of going through and processing. Then we have however many 1 to 4 terabyte drives here, 3 more 8 terabyte drives. So I've got like, I don't know, 3 lifetimes worth of footage and photos to like organize before we hit the road. We're already kind of looking at like a general plan here as far as where we're gonna go. We have 2 route ideas. We're really trying to navigate the COVID-19 situation as mindfully as possible, trying to avoid any sort of Native American reservation, any towns that are not ready to have visitors, and we're also just trying to figure out what makes the most sense. I mean, I know Ashley's pretty frustrated at the moment.
Tired of waiting to hit the road. We were supposed to take off back in 2018 when Andrew thought the build would take 2 months, and then when we finally finished the build, he broke his leg after a month, and then right after he was healing, COVID hit. So not that I can really complain about COVID, but I'm just so ready to get on the road, and I'm frustrated of being delayed and over again. Just, I want to get on the road. I think we should do this every day.
I've been trying to organize footage since 6 in the morning, and I'm beat. I need a power nap, a power cuddle puddle.
Power cuddle puddle.
I don't think people realize just how much hard work and energy goes into the content we create. This edit you're watching right now alone will have taken me between 30 and maybe 50 hours of editing time. Not to mention all the other photos and videos that we generate for our other social media outlets. Sometimes my brain just shuts down and I can no longer think or make decisions, and I just need a recharge.
So we are officially 100% getting ready to hit the road here in the next hour or 2. I'm gonna throw my bike on the bike rack. It's a nasty, thunderstormy, rainy day, but pretty excited to finally be on the road.
These one-up bike racks seem like they're gonna work great.
It's just raining, this like dirt rain. Everything's getting all nasty. But filling up some water here at Graham's house. Gonna go hit the storage unit after this to grab our snowboards. So we got some plans to ride some volcanoes here in the future episode. And yeah, we're doing it.
And loaded up the roof box with as many toys as we could fit. My split board, which I didn't get to use because I broke my leg. Ashley's touring skis. Big thanks to Rosignol for the support. A surfboard, a kiteboard, boots, harness, pump, and my snowboarding touring pack with skins. We are ready to rock.
I cannot believe it. It feels surreal, but we are officially on the road for the next like 6 months.
Yeah.
At least. So we've got 6 months ahead of us. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's sick. It feels totally surreal, and I can't believe it. It's really crazy. Pretty excited. I've got an amazing dog, an amazing girlfriend, and man, life's good. Worked really hard to get here. Our plan was to leave this morning kind of first thing. We had a few things to get done. Ended up delaying because this crazy windy lightning storm came through. We had some stuff to get done on the roof as well. And decided to grab the last bite of food with Graham before hitting the road, let the storm die down. And I'm super glad we did, because not even 5 minutes from Park City, we saw RV flipped upside down on the side of the road. The police were there, they were taking care of it, but it was just kind of like this really shocking reminder and a sign to me that like, I do not need to be in a rush. I do not need to push my drive. I do not need to speed. All these things, all these lessons that I've been trying to learn since, you know, losing Booter. That was like a real heavy reminder, and
I'm gonna take it as a sign to implement the lessons that I've been trying to learn since that accident. You know, just slow and steady. Never need to be in a rush. Never need to drive tired. Never even need to drive hungry. We have everything we need here. So yeah, that was pretty heavy. No joke, I lost my wallet like a half hour before I left town. And we've been driving for like 2 hours. I don't really know what to do. I'm pissed though. I managed to leave my wallet there earlier and I've got someone coming to pick it up in about 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
You just want to mail it to me? So, because of the wind last night and we got a late start because of the rain, we ended up camping in a pretty, come on kicker, come on. Pretty gross spot here. I mean, this is bad. Kicker, come on. This is pretty bad. So it's not always unicorns and rainbows here on the road. My kicker doesn't care. It's a new place, new smells, new broken down double wides. So this drive's a whole lot of nothing. Been driving for probably 2 hours yesterday, 6 hours today. The speed limit's 80, we're going about 65. It's Ashley's first time driving the Roamer at more than 40 miles an hour. We're currently going 63 miles an hour. Ash, how do you feel?
Terrible.
Why?
It's scary. It's like very top heavy and it's windy, and when a semi goes by you like kind of shake, and yeah, it's not like driving a normal car. Like the slightest movement sends you like the craziest way.
She's doing good. I'm trying to take a nap, let her drive for a half hour, and then I'm gonna take over again. She's doing good. And Poopy Dog, he's sleeping. He's gooch. Alright, so we've been driving forever, feels like. Ashley just balled out on the snack. What do we got?
We got some prosciutto, some salami, some fancy crackers, some fig spread, some brie cheese, and some blue cheese.
We are officially headed west to chase wild adventures and interesting people. On the next episode of the Tiny Home Adventure, we head towards Lake Tahoe. We have some mechanical issues with the truck almost immediately. I catch up with an old friend for a few adventures, and we meet up with the High Fives Foundation crew for an epic mountain bike ride and more. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, and leave a comment with some feedback or any questions you might have. If you found this episode or any of the other content we create entertaining or informative, please consider joining our team on Patreon. We offer all kinds of great benefits to our patrons, from early access to exclusive content to merchandise and so much more.
We're working really hard to create weekly self-produced episodes and keep the literal wheels turning, but the only way to make that possible is with your support.
So again, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Tiny Home Adventure. Yoo-hoo! Kicker, you want to go on an adventure? Huh? Also, watch any of these videos, whatever they're doing, subscribe. Definitely turn on notification, that's a huge help. And we'll see you the next time.